if you're borrowing a book, please register it in the log. The restricted section is currently not lending any books. Oh, it's you, little cutie. It's so good to see you. More refreshing than a strong cup of tea in the afternoon.
Clearly you're meant to be working, but you don't seem to have your heart in it at all.
I mean, other than Jean, who really works that earnestly anyway? So, did you have something you needed? Or did you just come to see me? Ooh, a smooth talker. Not what I was expecting.
So, Miss Librarian, got any books to recommend?
Recommended books. Sadly, everything I'd personally recommend is all in the restricted section, which we're not currently lending out.
What's with your ominous tone?
Oh, right. Would you be interested in checking out the Devat travel guide? I think it would be quite helpful for you as travelers here.
Ooh, sounds like it could be helpful. Do you think we could take a peek?
I suppose I can try to find you a copy from the list.
Isn't this Lisa's job? What does she mean, I suppose?
Oh dear, that's unfortunate. Our copy is currently being borrowed. That said, it is now overdue. Come to think of it, quite a few of our books are now overdue. I really wish people would just return their books on time.
Whoa, is Paimon imagining things, or does the air in here suddenly feel a lot more electrified?
Such a pain. I'm going out to bring those unreturned books back. If you'd rather get your hands on that copy of the Tevat travel guide sooner, you'd better come with me.
Lisa seems really scary right now. Paimon thinks it would be best if you answer her.
You really are such a considerate cutie. Let's see. First, we can go to the souvenir shop. It's called With Wind Comes Glory. So let's meet there shortly. Cutie, you're here. Let's begin, shall we? Hello, Marjorie. Any exciting new items in stock? Why so surprised? Today is such a special day. It's only natural that I'd want a souvenir to remember it by. Since we came all this way, why don't we put our official business to one side for a moment? All work and no play makes life terribly mundane.
Well, if it's a souvenir you're after, you're in the right place. I'm sure you'll find something that strikes your fancy, Lisa. Or you could let your new friend pick something out for you. Make it more of an occasion.
Yes, yes! Let us pick!
This is a historical relic retrieved from some ruins by one of the Adventurers Guild. Sure, there's a bit of wear and tear, but this thing in the painting must be well over 1,000 years old. Though it doesn't make much sense to me.
My goodness! This is one of the 3 lost scrolls that make up the Northern Border Wind investigation. What is it doing here?
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
This pair? Soft, puffy, and very comfortable. Certain to make a little girl, well, in this case a woman, look quite adorable. After all, they're the same kind worn by toy dolls. They're practically a badge of cuteness.
Bloomers? I'm sure to attract some strange looks if I dress up like a small child in public. Do you have some strange hobby you're not telling me about?
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
This is the toy doll I was talking about earlier. Doesn't she look lovely in those shorts? It does look a little bit terrifying, doesn't it? I wonder if you could find some other use for it.
Voodoo doll, have you lost your mind? What could I have possibly done to deserve this?
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Me? You're asking me? I feel like Lisa is the well-educated type. Ah, that's right. I heard she enjoys items of historical interest. This is a new arrival. It took 3 adventurers to carry this big boy back from the ruins where they found it. It comes with a lot of history, as well as a lot of weight.
You do have strange tastes. If this is your way of saying you want to be my knight in shining armor, I'd rather you just say the words instead.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
This is a historical relic retrieved from some ruins by one of the Adventurers Guild. Sure, there's a bit of wear and tear, but this thing in the painting must be well over 1,000 years old. Though it doesn't make much sense to me.
My goodness! This is one of the 3 lost scrolls that make up the Northern Border Wind investigation. What is it doing here?
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
My. You clearly know a treasure when you see it. This is a work of unparalleled significance for the research of ancient people's understanding of the elements. I will gladly accept it. Goodness, is that the time? Marjorie, one last thing. About the legend of Vanessa.
Oh, so you're a fan of the gallant Lady Vanessa too? Why didn't you say so? I have all sorts of items I could recommend. For example, this lion's tooth pendant with Vanessa's name carved into it. It was once a medal awarded to a knight by the great lady herself. Oh my goodness. I do apologize. I got so excited when you mentioned Vanessa. I didn't know that book was overdue, even though I take it with me everywhere. I can't believe I didn't put 2 and 2 together as soon as I saw you here. Here you go.
Well, since you look up to Lady Vanessa so very much, please be more punctual next time.
Yes, Lisa. I will be, Lisa.
Let's go and find the next overdue book.
Come take a look.
Welcome to Good Hunter. Table for 2?
3!
Oh, my apologies. Please sit wherever you like, and call me over once you're ready to order.
So we're gonna eat first and bring up the book situation later?
Why, of course. The stress of work really takes the pleasure out of eating, don't you think?
Work is that bad, huh?
Why don't you order us something, cutie? I'm ever so curious to know what your tastes are. Good Hunter's signature dish. If it's what you want, I'll try anything once.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? This seems like the sort of staple bar food you'd find at the tavern. It has an extremely strong flavor, so drinkers love it because they can actually taste it.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? I'm ever so curious to know what your tastes are. why don't you order us something, cutie? Why don't you order us something, cutie? Why don't you order us something, cutie? Good hunter's signature dish. If it's what you want, I'll try anything once.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Why don't... This seems like the sort of staple bar food you'd find at the tavern. It has an...
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? I'm ever so curious to know what your tastes are.
What does Lisa like to eat? She's been here a few times with Master Jean for afternoon tea before. I think she normally orders something vegetarian. A lady tends to eat cautiously on account of her physique, after all. On that note, I should probably be watching my own diet a little more.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? I'm ever so curious to know what your tastes are. I imagine that making a good vegetable soup takes good quality ingredients, cooked in the right order at the right heat for the right length of time. At least, those are the principles that apply when one is making potions. But from what I've heard, soup making was a popular pastime among the witches of the past.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? Eating salad is like piling on more and more elemental power. Raw, unfettered energy applied indiscriminately with no elegance or control. It's the first mistake all magic users make when they're learning. But then again, if one genuinely had so much pure elemental power that they could solve any problem they wanted, that would be a different matter entirely.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? I imagine that making a good vegetable soup takes good quality ingredients, cooked in the right order at the right heat for the right length of time. At least, those are the principles that apply when one is making potions. But from what I've heard, soup making was a popular pastime among the witches of the past.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Finished ordering? Sit here. Let's dine together.
Is the steak.
A fine choice. I'm pleasantly surprised. A truly enchanting dish. Certainly a good fit for a witch. I am simply brimming with elemental energy after that.
Paimon's so full.
Time is getting on. I suppose I should carry on with this ghastly thing called work. Let's have a little chat with Sarah about her library book.
The steak. Would you like to order something else?
No, thank you. We're quite satisfied. But I'm afraid I must ask you about the boar princess.
The boar brisket? I'm sorry. I think we took that off the menu.
She means the book you borrowed.
Oh, of course. I came straight to the restaurant after I borrowed it and completely forgotten that I even had it. I'm so sorry, Lisa. I will bring it to the library myself as soon as I finish work.
Okay then. But make sure you don't forget this time. Right. On to our next stop then, cutie.
It's been getting quite busy.
This is our final call for the day.
Welcome. Couples are our specialty. Let me know what you'd like and I'll wrap them up nicely for you.
Yes. Now, which book was it that has the line, "A date without flowers is a date without romance"? Why, it just so happens that I would, my kindest cutie.
Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like? Dandelions are one of our classics, and a personal favorite of Miss Flora, the shop owner. I know what you're thinking. Most flower shops don't sell dandelions. They're a nuisance to care for. Perhaps Miss Flora likes the sense of floating away to a faraway land that the dandelion evokes. Come to think of it, Miss Flora herself gives people the same impression.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like? Mist flowers? Over there in the corner. But don't touch them with your bare hands. You'll get frostbite. You want them? You're sure? What an unusual choice. It's just that Lisa seems to use Electro quite a lot. Things could get a little bit dangerous.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like? You want my help? I don't know if I have the best taste in flowers. Why don't you go ask Miss Flora, the shop owner? I couldn't help but notice the flower on Miss Lisa's hat, though. I think it's a rose. Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like?
You want to know what flowers to get for Miss Lisa? We're not particularly close, but she strikes me as a classy lady. Yep, it can only be the Cecilia. Dandelions?
Gosh,
Of course they're
all I
flowers.
can think about is Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like? Ah, the Cecilia. Did Miss Flora recommend it to you? This flower is a lot of effort to care for. I hope that I've been doing it right. Otherwise, they won't last long. But part of the Cecilia's charm is how precious and fragile each one is.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Ooh la la, such fine taste. This rare flower is only found in Mondstadt's very highest mountains. If only you had picked them for me with your own hands. They would have had twice the sentimental value. Okay, time to get back to business. Donna, do you know why we're here?
Back to business? My business is selling flowers.
Once again, we see a total lack of respect for literature. The Pale Princess and the Six Pygmies. Ring a bell?
Oh, yes. Well, what happened was... Oh no, what am I gonna do? I lost the book. A while back, I realized it was almost due, and I was getting ready to bring it back to the library, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked for days, but nothing. It's like somebody stole it. It should have been there, on my bedside table, right where I left it.
Uh-oh. That Lisa does some crazy things when she gets mad.
I heard that. Well, if it really was stolen, Donna's done nothing wrong. The blame lies with the book thief. And their punishment will be 10 times worse than stealing my book.
Like Paimon said, totally crazy.
Oh, don't worry about that. As long as I remain librarian, not a single book will go missing for good. I put a unique elemental marker on each book. Our thief will have left a nice set of clues for us to follow.
When did Lisa start taking her job so seriously? Paimon always thought she was a total slacker.
Hey, sweetie, I've heard your elemental sensitivity is very strong. Why not see what you can do?
Elemental sensitivity? Oh, Paimon's got it. Use your elemental sight to look for clues.
Better see Barbara at the cathedral if you're injured.
Looking at the elemental traces, it does seem likely that the book was stolen.
So Donna didn't do anything wrong after all.
It's not from the restricted section, so it's hardly a book worth stealing. Whoever wanted this book so badly had a strange fixation indeed.
So what do we do now?
The elemental traces are very faint, but I can tell that the thief took it beyond the city walls. You must see it too, right, cutie? Let's follow the trail and have a look where our thief was headed, shall we? The elemental traces are strong here, but it seems our thief did not stay for long. The trail keeps going. Let's keep looking.
Oh, so sorry.
It's further than I thought. Quite the intrepid explorer, our little thief.
Maybe we frightened the turtle back inside his shell.
It must be nearby. Using elemental sight, you can even detect magic. Follow the flow of magic to find the book.
The thief lives inside ruins? Mondstadt people do have some strange quirks.
Please do not jump to such a preposterous conclusion about the living habits of Mondstadt's residents. This seems far more likely to be the work of some none-too-friendly troublemakers. It's like you can read my mind. This is more likely to be the Abyss Order's doing. They do seem to have a way of slipping in and out of places like ghosts, after all. Also, there's an elemental seal at the entrance. It looks like the result of an Abyss mage's magic.
A seal? How are we gonna break it? Is this gonna turn into another huge ordeal?
Not to worry. If you think a little magic can keep me out, think again.
Why is that?
Come on.
Whoa! So this is what Lisa's like when she's hard at work. It's so much bigger in here than Paimon thought. Do we really have to go all the way inside?
If you borrow a book, you have to return it. There will be no exceptions. You've been a naughty boy. You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy.
No one escapes my sights!
things up a little.
Hey, look! It's an abyss mage! Lisa was spot on!
Wind blade! With the wind!
Yep.
Don't get frostbite! Wind blade!
How did you find this place? It's so well hidden!
I have no interest in finding out where you little rascals hide yourselves away, but I do want my book back. Tell me, how is it that you have the time to conceal your stronghold and apply a magic seal, but not to sign out a library book in the proper manner? You have no respect whatsoever for other people's work.
You just want the book? I was unaware that anyone in Mondstadt was concerned with unearthing the secret hidden inside this book. Who are you?
The librarian, although I believe that should be quite clear already. Return the book. This is an ultimatum.
Since you insist on concealing your identity, I have all the less reason to give you that book. After all, it contains the secret. Huh? What are you doing? Such concentrated elemental power! Please don't!
Naughty boys who don't do what they're told need a little punishment to keep them in line. This is why I call it troublesome work. We'll just need to find the book ourselves. It should be around here somewhere.
It's the Pale Princess and...
That's the one. It's a good thing it isn't damaged. Otherwise...
Otherwise what? Are you telling me you have even more crazy punishments up your sleeve?
I would have probably have needed to dish out a little taste of one of my potions in that case. Then again, as I said, it isn't from the restricted section, which is the only reason I would let the average citizen borrow it in the first place. And it doesn't appear to have any abnormal elemental properties, save for the markings I put on it.
Yeah, it seems like just an average storybook.
As far as my duties as a librarian go, my troublesome work is finished. Since this book has piqued your interest, why don't I let you borrow it? There's no time limit for you. I will register you as custodian rather than borrower. This is an exclusive privilege reserved for trusted citizens only.
Exclusive privilege? Why does Paimon feel this is just your sneaky way of offloading your troublesome work onto someone else?
Excuse me, are you in some way dissatisfied with my work? Good, you're amenable to reason then. I do wish I could keep you by my side as my personal assistant. My work here is done. I'm going back. Don't forget to register at the library when you have a spare moment. You've returned. The paperwork is done. You are now the custodian of this book.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. But Paimon thinks we're forgetting something.
You are a voracious one, aren't you?
Look, over there on the shelf. Isn't that the Tavat travel guide? And look how many copies there are.
The Tavat Travel Guide is a serial publication. It is not part of the library's formal collection.
Oh.
Take one. Consider it your compensation for being Lisa's little helper today. With you by my side, my troublesome work was a little less dull than usual.
The Tavat travel guide was just bait to get us to do a day's work.
I hadn't anticipated that a few routine returns inquiries would take us out of the city, let alone down into some underground ruins. As compensation for dragging you into all this bother, take these souvenirs.
Wow, Lisa went and bought us some special souvenirs.
In fact, they were intended for our next outing, but never mind. We can discuss next time's activity when the time comes. I hope you are looking forward to it.